order dated 29/01/2026 in pertaining to All Nyishi Student Union. Before I go through in a detail, I would like to very briefly elaborate at two words which is being circulated in some of the media and which are being narrating in a wrong direction as per the court order. As of now, two words which all the publics and the community as well as the student bodies are getting confused. That is, apology tender have been accepted, and another is the refresh election has been rejected. These two words carry a very depth meaning. So before I made the conclusion of this order, I like to clearly brief about the two paragraphs which the public are getting in a wrong notion and what exactly it is. First, on the dated this 29/01/2026, there was an order from Honorable Court, JMFC Junior Division Yupia. I will read out the operative parts only. All the sides were heard on date. From the submission of both the sides, once again, from the submission of both the sides, it is apparent that there was a violation of order dated 14/11/2024 of this court. Once again, there was a violation of order dated 14/11/2024 of this court. And publics are unaware of what exactly this order dated 14/11/2024. So I will elaborate it. The 14/11/2024 order during the Assistant General Conference election of All Nyishi Student Union on date of 14/11/2024, Honorable JMFC Junior Division Yupia passed a very specific order that 𝐿𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐬, right side here, the APSECSU President, and 𝐿𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐬, General Secretary APSECSU, that the plaintiff number 1 and 2 in the list of ANSU delegate 2024, they be allowed to participate and contest in the election of ANSU. And further, defendant number 9 to 12 and defendant number 13 to 63, they should not be allowed to participate in All Nyishi Student Union. This is what I am talking about, the order dated 14/11/2024, which has been reflected in 29/01/24 court order of JMFC Yupia Division. Here, Honorable Court clear-cut state the order 14/11/24 of this court was clearly violated in election, a clear-cut order and judgment. Again, considering the plea made by respondent number 1, this court deemed it fit to accept the apology tendered. Who is this respondent number 1? And what apology tender the court has accepted? That to be real delve into that. So, the respondent number 1, then the Chief Election Commissioner of All Nyishi Student Union, Sri Yurum Tamin. Here, he is the respondent number 1. His tender apology were accepted in the court. And what apology he sought? Let me read out. The respondent number 1 in the Court of Junior Division, Yupia, he clearly and precisely admitted and stated, in the interest of conduct and completion of peaceful election, denied voting right to 𝐿𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐬 and his team. And the faction led by 𝐿𝐴𝐻 was allowed to cast in the Assistant General Election of ANSU. The 14/11/2024 order of the court clear-cut says that faction led by 𝐿𝐴𝐻 should not be allowed. That is the 54 delegates number. And the branch student union and the delegate led by 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and 𝐂𝐨𝐧 must be allowed. Then the election commission, when they did not comply the court order, and another order was passed by Honorable Court at the time, that is order dated 21/11/2024. That is the execution order. Here, the court clear-cut inclined to direct Deputy Commissioner and the Superintendent of Police that delegation led by 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and the 𝐂𝐨𝐧 should be ensured and make a proper guidance to let them participate. And then but then the election commission, they did not allow them also. उसके बाद क्या होता है, on 25/11/2024, after being execution order passed by Honorable Court, this is the very minor meeting at the time. Here also very clear-cut stated that they will not allow this gentlemen 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and 𝐂𝐨𝐧 delegate to participate in ANSU despite the court order. They won't allow. This is the clear-cut resolution at the time adopted. Here it is RO 𝐂𝐮 polling officer and presiding officer. They put their signatory that they won't allow the delegation led by 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and 𝐂𝐨𝐧, and they will allow the faction led by 𝐒𝐬𝐻, that illegal 54s, to participate in ANSU. So, meaning thereby, now this minor meeting, the resolution which then the Chief Election Commissioner at the time took, later on stage, by keeping and having a law-abiding citizen, he admitted in the court, which I have read out earlier, that he did not allow 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and 𝐂𝐨𝐧 team to participate in election, whereas he allowed the faction led by 𝐒𝐻 of 54 delegates, which court says that is illegal, and court barred them also to participate in ANSU election. But they very unfortunate that they allow these illegal 54s to participate. So I will read out the apology of exactly what the court has accepted. Once again, in the interest of conduct and completion peaceful election, denial voting rights to 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and his team and the faction led by 𝐒𝐻 was allowed to cast vote in the Assistant General Conference of ANSU, and the list of 54 delegates furnished by Sri 𝐒𝐻 was enrolled in serial number 56825736. Here the polling diary has been also submitted in the court. The 𝐒𝐻, those illegal 54s were allowed to participate, and it is very admittedly with true affidavit. It is submitted in honorable court. These are the polling diary records. The original is already in the custody of court. So again, then the Chief Election Commissioner begged in his plaint that I, Sri Yurumtamin, then the Chief Election Commissioner, unconditionally apologized for the denial of participation right to Sri 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and 𝐂𝐨𝐧 team, and further apology is tendered for allowing those factions led by 𝐒𝐻. As a law-abiding citizen, he clear-cut plead and tender apology in the court that accept his tender apology and do not punish him. And he is ready to comply any orders from the court if it is re-election also. This is a very clear-cut, adept meaning of so-called written in 2 lines only. So Honorable Court accepted the tender apology of then the Chief Election Commissioner Yurumtamin, that he admitted he allowed the illegal 54 votes and did not let participate 𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐻 and 𝐂𝐨𝐧 team in ANSU general election, and I am ready to comply any order of the court. So please pardon me. That line has been accepted, meaning thereby the Chief Election Commissioner set aside the ANSU result of precedent of 29/11/2004, that he allowed this 54, meaning thereby that election result is nullified. He admitted his misconduct. Once you admit your misconduct in honorable court, you set aside your earlier results. And also, one very interesting और सबसे वो interesting वाला बात है कुछ मीडिया में जैसे कि काफी छाया हुआ है कल परसों में rejected fresh election. कोर्ट का जो एक दो सेंटेंस रहता है उनका बहुत सारा डेप्थ मीनिंग होता है. जो एक दो पेपर मैंने भी जो लाया है ये एक जस्ट ब्रीफ मैंने लेकर आया है. दिस ऑल आर रिजल्ट ऑफ द 1400 पेजेस का जो है प्लांट का जो है ये रिजल्ट है, ये 2-3 लाइन जो. तो एंड एज रिगार्ड द प्रेयर फॉर फ्रेश इलेक्शन द सेम इज रिजेक्टेड एज अलाउइंग द सेम वुड बी अकिन टू डिसाइडिंग द पेंडिंग टाइटल सूट. वंस अगेन और एक बार मैं दोबारा रीड कर रहा हूं. प्रेयर फॉर फ्रेश इलेक्शन the same is rejected as allowing the same would be akin to deciding the pending title suit. अगर हम जो है इसको फ्रेश इलेक्शन डिक्लेयर करेगा तो ये जो पेंडिंग जो टाइटल सूट है उनको जो डिसाइड करने का बराबर है. इसलिए अभी हम डिसाइड नहीं कर सकते फ्रेश इलेक्शन के लिए क्योंकि रेस्पोंडेंट नंबर 3 and 4 then the presiding and polling officer they submit and made an affidavit in front of court that they comply the court order. Did presiding and polling officer allow the delegation lead by 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐬 and 𝐷𝐿𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐬? This is a very clear cut. Just to take the long pendency of the court trial, just they are trying to make the court very confusion. तो इसलिए यहाँ में क्लियर कट है कि in a next hearing, in a title suit, what they are going to prove that they did comply to court order. This doesn't have any authenticity. From my behalf, from the election commission team, from the electoral registration team, they all have already plead and tender apology and submitted all the evidence that they have done guilty. And under the court rules, what does this mean by? This is a draw of contempt of court. And what is contempt of court? Contempt of court says your wrongdoing will be penalized. Your action will be declared illegal. Meaning thereby, these two paragraphs says the Assistant General Conference come election and the result dated 29/11/24 of President is legal, in which the Chief Election Commissioner then admitted very categorically that he allowed the illegal 54 votes. My prayer was that if these 54 votes were not allowed, if the delegation team led by 𝐷𝐿𝐵𝐾𝐬𝐬 and 𝐂𝐫𝐞𝐬𝐬 would have participated, I would win by margin of 14 votes. That's my prayer in honorable court. And subsequently, after the trial, then the Chief Election Commissioner very precisely and crystal clearly stated, admitted and filed an affidavit and asked and tender apology for his wrong act, and contempt of court has been drawn. Once a contempt of court is drawn, the past action is declared illegal. And this should be very clear-cut message to our society and our community and our student bodies. And my humble appeal to others also, please do not narrate a wrong narratives of the court orders. Because as a layman, a community, everybody is not a professional, but has a practicing lawyer. कोर्ट हम जैसे चाहता है ऐसा ऑर्डर नहीं मिलेगा. कोर्ट हैज देयर ओन definition, their own line, their own language. So, after taking cognizance of these orders, where election has been declared illegal by admitting of then the Chief Election Commissioner, Yurum Tamin, by allowing 54 votes, illegal 54 votes, I do hereby take cognizance of my prayer that if these 54 votes were not allowed, I would have been win by margin of 14 votes as a president All Nyishi Students Union. Today, by taking the opportunity of this honorable press club, I do declare that until and unless the dispose of the title suit which is pending, I do proclaim and declare that I am the president of All Nyishi Students Union till the pendency and declaration of title suit. And to opposite party also, if you claim to be a president ANSU, prove and show you are legitimate from honorable court that you are the legitimate president. then only I will refrain my declaration. And I do expect you will give your best in honorable court by proving that you are the legitimate ANSU president. And as of now, once the election, the illegal act of the Chief Election Commissioner has been admitted to the court and his guilty has been punished, pardon, his guilty has been accepted, tender apology. I do here say, till the pendency, till the final disposal, by taking the cognizance of my prayer, I do declare myself as a president of All Nyishi Student Union. Thank you.